Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and the Resources Soviet Republic. This is the realistic mode that we're playing and things are going pretty well. Our population is fairly stable and our city is looking pretty nice, even though aesthetics is not what we're going for, but it is looking like a reasonable little city. It's coming together nicely. We've got more buildings being constructed over here. This is still underway. We're now kind of getting a bit better with our finances. Sorry, this is the finances over here, but it's still not quite great. So we're actually positive at the moment, but imports are quite costly all the time. We can start our construction on our orphanage over here. So let's go and do that. 1 and then 3. So yes, get started on that. Oh, we also need to put roads and paths in there as well, so that we can get some mechanisms to go out there and start work with that as well. So we'll get started on the construction over here. We are, from the exports perspective, sending out some clothing and making a bit of money from that. But I thought we could probably do a little bit more, though we don't really have the population. But once we've got these in place, the population will start improving. Anybody here without a job? Let's just have a quick look here. Can we even see that from here? Well, there's still some spots available. There's still like 10 flats available over here. We can't actually. I think it would have popped up there if that was the case. So electronics is something we can start looking at once we go profitable. Otherwise, I don't want to be messing around with it. So one thing that I thought is maybe we'll get an extra spot here for clothing. So let's grab another one of these guys and see if we can potentially. I don't want to get it too close to the buildings because it doesn't generate a lot of pollution, but it can compound things a little bit. So just I'm happy to see that they do seem to be working a little bit. If we spin ourselves around a little, can we find something that works? It almost looks like we can. I just can't see if we got the road connection to work. If we use the other one. Oh, this one is actually better. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. We're going to get that to work. Pop that in there. I think that's going to be fine. The one thing that we will need to look at is a connection through here. At the moment, that'll be a pretty long distance to walk. So we probably need to do a connection, kind of straight line it through there somewhere, but also maybe on this side. So let's quickly have a look at this one. This is going to be dumpers and workers, because otherwise it's not going to get done. So let's get that assigned. And this one also dumpers and workers. Let's get that assigned, because there's no room for a mechanism in that one either. But I think that's nice and compact, and it's actually going to look pretty nice little clothing complex over there. And then hopefully that will help things out a little bit, get us a little bit more aggressive in terms of our clothing exports, and then try and get this number a little bit better. I am very worried about how quickly that is dropping. Now over here we can see that we have room for more workers, so I can bring in some more workers. So what I'll do is I'll grab some more of these citizens. 84% health at the moment, which is not the end of the world, but as we bring these guys in, you can see that is dropping. So 10 third world immigrants, another 10 and another 10. We'll do about 30 of them, so there's about 20 more spots open in there, and we're dropping that to about a 76%. On the other hand, I am worried here. Look at this. Only one teacher with over 50% loyalty. So I'm going to drop that down to 35 to hopefully get more people educated. That is super important that we keep that education going. We're also at this point doing engineering research. We're about 12% in. Once that's done, we'll look at doing our own mechanical components also as an export product. Moving steel. So let's have a quick look at these numbers. So if we go, so we're exporting steel. So we're selling steel at about 500 rubles a ton. If we do mechanical components, that's just a little bit more. And we're obviously buying mechanical components, so that's costing us a bit of money. So it's just a nice, easy way to up the value of our steel. We're still going to send steel out, but we're just going to get a little bit better value from the steel that we are in fact producing. Quite happy with the numbers that we're seeing here. Actually, We could grab an extra professor or two, maybe. I don't know if we have the numbers, to be honest. If we have the numbers. Let's see what's happening with education. Yeah, that's looking much healthier now. Much healthier. Much healthier. Our loyalty is at 35% on average. So hopefully this loyalty does boost a little bit. Maybe we'll go up to 40, see if that does anything for us. We can still get everybody through that. So that's okay. This is probably the last load of bricks that's dropping off over here. Excellent. Yeah, so now we should be able to finish off this building, and we then can move in even more people, though I don't want to necessarily spend rubles on it. So that's where third world people are, again, going to be the option that we pay dollars for. This is underway. Let's speed things up a little bit because there's a fair bit of construction underway. I do want to make sure that this thing is set up properly as soon as it gets built, so that we can, because I think we do see a fair number of deaths in the population, right? There are deaths, and so we are probably losing children because of the deaths. So last month, yeah, wow, it's actually a pretty high number. I wonder if there's what is causing our health issues. If we have a look here, people have food for the most part. There's no pollution issue, so that isn't really causing us much of an issue there. People can visit a doctor. We don't have radioactivity. The lifespan is actually pretty high. Yeah, I don't know. Is it? Are we running out of food? I don't think we should be running out of food. Yeah, there's no running out of food over here. Where's this happening? This thing has caught fire a few times. I'm pretty sure this specific one. There's definitely a family in there that's cooking and leaving stuff on the stove or something. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that is a pretty good deal there. Oh, this one's done. Now, I don't want to overwhelm our health system. It won't be overwhelmed. I don't want to overwhelm any of these. What is happening with our teachers again? Drop it down to 35. I can't afford not to have teachers around. Okay. And then what we'll do is I will again. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to grab from this location. I'm going to move I'm going to move people. Relocate 10 citizens to a new building. So if I move 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So we open that one up a little bit. Now, what is it? Happiness seems now too low here. Why is that the case? Why would your happiness now all of a sudden have dropped? Over here, happiness was nice and high, right? Here it's dropping because of what? What are you not? Is it just because you're being moved? Maybe being moved is the issue. You can reach all the buildings that you potentially need to reach. You can't go and work there. Eventually, I mean, we'll do some better pathing through the other side as well. And that construction is going along pretty nicely. Have we sorted out our road connections here? Are these things not working? What's going on here? It's just doing other stuff first. Potentially it's just doing other stuff first. Yeah, I mean, it had dumpers and stuff over here, so maybe that's what it was. So we've got some people in here now. They can get over here. I do wonder about adding... Yeah, that happiness, I think that happiness is coming back up. I do think it's coming back up. We'll come back and have another look at that. I'm just trying to... embed some of these other guys a little bit more evenly. So let's bring in third world immigrants there. Actually, let's grab 10 citizens from there, move them over here. We'll grab 10 citizens from here and move them over here, just so that I don't want to I don't want to be creating slums in our town here. So now this is a good number of people. They should be pretty happy. I could actually do it twice. Maybe let's just do twice at each one of them. Do that, move that there, do that, and move that there. Okay, all good. And now what I'll do is we'll leave some open spaces here, and I'll just grab one load of third world immigrants into each one of these. Now, obviously, that does drop things a little bit, but I think that's in a manageable way. There's a lot of people due to low education. Just pop in here to see what's going on. I think I'm going to up our number there a little bit. Yeah, something like that. See if we can't get more people with a reasonable amount of loyalty, so that we do need to make sure that people are going to school, getting their education done properly. We should be able to get everybody educated in a reasonable time. Okay, so that's more people. And we've got plenty of little open flats. Oh, actually, I can pop in an extra number there to see how that goes. So hopefully that is quite reasonable. Is construction underway here? Yeah, that's been done. This is getting done too. We also need some asphalt for that one. I can actually start construction on this side. Are we almost done over here? No, we're still waiting on some bricks and boards. There was some steel being delivered there. I will start work on that. But what I'm also keen on is because, don't do that. Stop production. No. You should not be stopping production. I think there was just a drop in workers for just a second there. Do we have workers making their path out over there? 3 workers, yeah, we do get the workers in there. We do need to make sure that we have a reasonable number of workers available. Okay, what I wanted to do is see about connecting a path up here. So I think I need to continue using my hotkeys. If I do a path like this, yeah, it's going to have to do that. It won't be able to tie in there. So it's going to have to do something like this. I'm quite comfortable with that. Let's do that. Let's assign that. And it can actually get a mechanism. So let's assign roads and paths over there to try and get those paths built. On the other side of things, I'm also quite keen on doing a connection over here. So let's start a little pathing connection on this side. So if we do that up to about there, and we'll curve that through there, and we'll do this, and we'll do that. Yeah, that should be good. In terms of getting access to this side of things. So let's get that underway, and we'll go again and assign roads and paths. That one there is interesting. Oh, we have the gravel on site. All we need to do is maybe assign a quick load of workers in there to just make sure that is getting done as well. What is this? This is stop production, but I think that is not an issue anymore. Since happiness seem low. Oh, so let's just see what else we have here. Okay, all good. Just delete all of them. Have a bit of a look there and just see in here. That's a good number of people here now. The happiness is starting to come up. Health is good. Loyalty is not bad. We need it to be a little bit better, but I think we're doing our thing. Do we build another monument over here? I don't know if I want to, but for loyalty's sake, maybe that is the requirement. What's going on over here? How far are we going? We still need a few more things to go. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, obviously, and let's just double check here quickly. We are about halfway through our engineering research there. That's still a bit slow going through there. How's this number looking? Last month, 15,000. So it is still dropping quite rapidly. Now, oil is the next thing. If we grab oil from over here, this is where our oil is at. Oil, yes, oil is on these hills over here. Not a good source of oil, but a reasonable oil is over here. So we should be able to get some oil and then get fuel production up and running as the next piece. I obviously want to do our own gravel as well. So that's actually something we could make a start on also. Let's get these two done. Actually, we can make a start on this one. So let's grab that. So this one and that one, assign you there. Actually, roads 2. Oh, that's all done. That's all getting done pretty quickly. Excellent. Good. Good. So once this is done, we'll start working on this one, which is pretty pricey from a steel perspective. So lots of non-exports happening there. In that case, I don't really mind the use of the work days and things like that, but yeah, that'll be pretty pricey. I don't actually have what is this? Was this supposed to be? Yeah, I think this was supposed to be. Yeah, that's the one. So gravel needs to go there. This is the pickup station, all these kind of things. So we'll start building a lot of these things out a little bit. Are getting workers to come through here, but not quite as effectively as we do want. Education is a bit low and needs to be propped up a fair bit. Yeah, we're not getting people through here quickly enough, I think. But anyway, it's one of those things. It'll take a bit of time for us to get there. I think this will work quite well once we get these in place. Students are doing their thing. We're about 50% through here. Students are doing the training stuff. 125. So slowly that number is going up in terms of university educated. We just want to make sure So that number is higher because we have too many adults that's not educated, and that causes issues. So now, if we have a look at this, where can we actually reach from here? We still can't reach the courthouse. Interesting. So I do wonder about getting some additional. Do we cross over here? We can't do much else over here, so probably we could maybe squeeze a little something in there eventually. But let's continue this path up here. We'll give it a bit of a curve. Actually, let's do that. Yeah, I like that. That looks awesome. And what I'll do is I'll just do that. And we'll do a little something like this. We'll tie those in the near future as well. But I think that's something we're going to do. So let's assign that, and let's get Roads 2 to come and do this one. Thank you, Roads 2. Right, Roads 2. What is and Dumpers? Roads 2 and Dumpers is doing this one, so that's good. They should be doing the pathing pretty easily through there. And then we do have connections up over here, and hopefully they'll also be able to get to the fire station and even the police station. Hang on. Do we have a little path access on this side? No, we do not. So they'll have to do the road little section there. But let's get that built first, those sections first, and then we'll move on. Oh, that's done. Oh, hang on. So we've got people working here. Let's drop that number down a little bit to say 7 people. So we only need about 14 kids room at the moment. Let's make sure that loyalty is like at least at 30%. We want to make sure that we're assigning a little bit more food in there than clothing. Yeah, that should be good. And now, actually, Soviet propaganda is what I want here. So just make sure that we're upping that Soviet propaganda number. And this is the distribution office. So that's currently doing those things. So let's make sure they are distributing over here as well. Up to about a 90% number on those things there. There we go. So let's do that. We do need to keep an eye on whether that is actually being effective. That's good. This one should be underway in terms of construction. Yeah, we're waiting on some stuff, but workers are actually making their way in here. And then hopefully we'll get even more clothing being produced, and hopefully we'll get a little bit better at those numbers. That's good. So nothing else is really being built. We are doing a job with some better paths over here. Obviously, there's a bit of a queue here that's still haven't gone and resolved. Are we running out over here? Oh, yeah, we are. We are, in fact, running out of stuff over there. So we are producing, oh, yeah, look at that. Tons of workers doing their thing with the steel, which is good. I like it. We are trying to, of course, be profitable. And look at that. Our exports are pretty good, but our imports are kind of running that quite well, too. I just want to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. If we're breaking even at the moment, that would be awesome, because have got a few things in place for trying to resolve that. Now, let's quickly do a little bit of planning towards getting up here for our oil fields. Now, if I have a look at where the oil fields actually are, so our population is looking pretty good. And what's that looking like? Yeah. So that, due to low education, is dropping quite quickly. Now, I want to have a quick look. Oil over here, yeah. So if I have a look at this, right, where are they? Oh, even down here. But there's some more up here. Anything on this side? There's a little bit going on over there. Anything up close to that side? I'll move a little closer. We'll just have a look. So a little bit up on the ridge here, and a few up here, a little bit down on that side. I'm obviously not going to connect all of them at the same time, and we'll start with the ones that's pretty close to us. So maybe some of these. Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering about a little path up here. So an interchange section going in through there. That's not too close together. We'll bridge that through that way. So let's just expand our path network just a tad. I want to be hugging. So if we do that, And then what I want to do is do a little something like this, where we bridge to the other side. If we do that, okay, then we run. Now, actually, I am worried about the terraforming that's going to be caused here. So what I'll do is I'll just do up to about there, okay. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll do something like this, and then we'll see about. Let's do this. Up to about there, and then what we'll do is we'll bridge across that way. I believe these levels are about the same. Let's just have a quick look. That's kind of what I remember. 17, 18, 15, so they're not going to be at the same time. Yeah, so they are about the same. So if we do cross that way, let's grab a wooden bridge to start with. Yeah, see, that does in fact work. If we do that, and we do this, does that give us a reasonable connection on the other side? And they do look pretty perpendicular. However, I mean, not perpendicular, pretty parallel, but they are on different levels if we have a look at this. But I think that actually looks quite interesting, to be honest. So I think that's a pretty reasonable bridge structure over there. So we'll just leave that there, and we'll plan for it in the future. Now, in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll start removing this stuff. The center one. I do like having the wide median. Okay, and now the idea is we'll just quickly go back and have a quick look again at where our oil fields are. So here are the first ones. And then up here. So what I'm kind of tempted to do, nothing else over here, is to try and run. Oh, there's a spot over there that we can use. I'm going to try and run a little path up like diagonally like that, because you do need to want to do that, to be honest. Actually, hang on. I just want to check one more thing. So this is the first one. The opposite is true. We can also run it up on the other side, and then go in there somewhere. Yeah, in there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's start off our little road section over there. And then the idea is that we run it down the hill like this. Double check that we aren't overlapping any of these. Yeah, we're not. We're quite in the middle between them. There's nothing where that road is, so that's all good. And then what we'll do is we'll of course go and tie this in onto our major motorway. So that's kind of going to be the access point to get them there. And then the question is really, where is the refinery going to happen? Are we going to also do the refinery in this location? And I'm kind of tempted to say yes, we should, instead of trying to push the refinery into this area. This is our construction area. So I don't want to get too crazy with that. Oh, okay, let's have a quick look what's going on over here. Excellent. We've got workers. So that means that we should be producing a fair bit of clothing. Good production rates over here. So excellent. That is looking really good. And it is actually, October did have a 9,000 spent, but now we are looking okay. Yeah, so definitely we are definitely tracking lower. Wanted to have a quick look at where our pathing is heading now. Oh, look at that. We can actually quite comfortably path to the courthouse now, so people will be able to work there. Look at how many kids we've got in the orphanage already. Okay, well, glad we built an orphanage then, and we probably need to up our workers a little bit more so that we actually take care of these kids, and I don't know, maybe up the loyalty? I don't know. Statutes of limitations last year, 3. I have no idea what that actually means in terms of unexamined cases last year. I think we should be pretty good with our examinations. And what's our unemployment looking like? 2 due to no workplace, which is a good idea. Whoa! Again, how's my education doing? Let's just have another look here. Deaths and births is equal last year. What's happening with our health? Ooh, it dropped a bit. I think it dropped a little bit because of pollution now. I think we're getting a little bit too much pollution from our two clothing factories because that's compounding the pollution that's being generated there. But 1% is not the end of the world. Yeah, and it's dropping off again as well. I think there's just a lot of people that we still need to get to a reasonable level of health. Oh yeah, they are coming up now. It's still a bit of remnants from bringing in third world people, third world country people here. They join at a very low health. So that's okay. I think we're doing okay. Yeah, that's okay. We don't need that. The price of coal ore on the global market is rising, which is not great because we buy a fair bit of coal. I just hope we are going to send out way more stuff here. It's looking okay. What was our exports this month? Just want to have a look. Sorry, that's not the one. What did we export this month? It's only steel. So what's going on here? We are producing clothing at a pretty reasonable rate now. So I'm pretty keen to see that we do send that. So we're doubling our clothing production. So I hope that will help us out a little bit. Now, with this in mind, we are not further constructing stuff. I do want us to start doing our own gravel. Let's quickly see if we have a look. Again, I'm pausing while I quickly have a look at this because it's going to go into winter soon. It's going to start snowing very, very soon. So let's have a quick look. So if we're saying, what did we import? Coal is one of our biggest imports. Fabric, okay, because we do generate an income from that. Iron, we didn't have any gravel. So yeah, really, this year. So gravel is a bit of a lower one, really, on the spectrum. So whether that is super important for us to do, if we look at our this year imports, coal really seems to be a big one. Iron and then fuel. Coal, look at that coal. We really do need to get our own coal. Or, so let's have a quick look. If we look at prices, coal ore is very cheap compared to coal. It's half, right? So if we look at what a coal processing facility will actually cost us, what do we have here? I want a smaller, what is that going to do? Not what I'm after. Not, these are big numbers. A coking plant. Yeah, that's huge. This one, a charcoal factory from wood and power. We generate coal. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to spend 104 tons of steel on doing that. Obviously, it's modded, but the normal one, 200 tons of steel, 244 tons of steel. There's very little I'm going to do with these steel numbers are enormous. I'd much rather go for the mechanical stuff. How far are we with this? We're very close to that, and then we'll start looking at what that can be done. I'll pause that for a minute, and what we'll do is let's go ahead and upgrade. Hang on. Is there a batch construction? I thought there was a batch. Is there not a batch upgrade tool? Can't remember, to be honest. Can't remember. Anyway, it's not the end of the world for us to do it this way. So let's do that and do that and do that. So let's get the first one going. And then we'll do one and we'll do roads. And roads and paths. And dumpers. Then we still need to do that middle section. Anyway, I wished I could have done that all at once, or I could probably, can I remove, I don't think I can remove a node. I'm not sure I know how to, if it is even possible. I'm not sure I know. Big building infrastructure tool. Ooh, what is this? Remove cable. This is cool. This is new, huh? Yeah, it doesn't actually allow us to... That's the taxiway or runway. It doesn't actually allow us to remove a node. Cancel road, cancel railway. Interesting that they've got everything there. I don't think there's anything here that's going to allow us to do that. So anyway, that's okay. Let's leave it at that. Am I still paused? No, I'm not paused. Things are underway. Not enough tutors in the orphanage. Okay, well, let's up our number. Let's get enough tutors into the orphanage to hopefully get more people through there. Cannot believe the orphanage is as busy as it is. But I'm just going to do the one. I'm not going to build another orphanage just yet. How's this going? Again, lots of money being spent now, and we have not yet started moving clothing out. So what is our export rules here for that? The rural store, we're loading up on clothing when it is at 20%, and I believe that's what this guy is now doing. Nope, still not. It's not at 20. It's not at 20% yet. It needs to be at 3.6 for it to go to 20%. So why? You should really be getting there a little quicker, right? Why is this moving so super slowly? Oh yeah, there it goes, going up now. Yeah, I'm really worried about that number. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I'm really worried about that number. So now we're going to start seeing construction over here. Excellent, that's good. Let's get all of this graveled up before we start then our planning over here. Now, the next thing we're going to do is start our planning. Actually, to be honest, we can gravel up this one as well at the same time. Let's do it. Let us do it. Crazy. These little sections. Let's get all of that in place. I do want to assign dumpers and roads 2 to the mix over here. Thank you. So let's get working on that. Should get a mechanism out here fairly soon. Yeah, I think that's all the gravel it needs. Get a mechanism, get that built. That should be good. Then we'll get this one built. Okay, good. Now, then what are we going to do in terms of our oil? We need some pump jacks, right? So we can grab quite comfortably. Let's flip it around. Get one. Yeah, it's a very low source here. And a pump jack's not that expensive. We will have to bring in power. So if we do about 25%. Okay, pause it for a second. So I'll just quickly, the placement is going to be, well, actually, no, it doesn't matter too much. So let's just get the snow to come on in here now. It just snow it up quickly because this interim stuff is bad. Bad. Just get the all. Okay, there we go. So now we can actually see. If we do one over here, we lose the top. So I'm kind of, let's do one there. Then we can do another one over here at a reasonable quality. Okay. Then we should be able to do. I'm kind of tempted. You know what I'm tempted to do? I'm going to flip them around. I'm going to flip them around so I can do the no, you don't need to. You don't need to. We already have a path here, so we'll make that the way it's going to go. Now we'll get this guy, flip it around, and all we'll do is just make sure to do this. Do we get something up there? Something like that, maybe. Do we have anything out here that can work? Okay, so that's a few. We don't necessarily need to get too aggressive with this. Now, what we will need to do is do some piping works. So if we grab ourselves some liquid pipes, we're not going to go underground for this, certainly not. The idea that I I want to try and avoid. Okay, so let's, before we get too crazy with that. So those are our initial oil fields. Now the question is, oh, I'm not paused anymore. Now the question is, we would like to do oil refinery. Check, and then oil refinery. We should have a smaller oil refinery. That's the big one, 300 tons of steel. This is only 26 tons of steel. So this, but it's a massively smaller one, right? This is 10. Hang on. Let's see what we've got. Oh, delayed coker is going to do some other stuff as well. This is a byproduct recovery plant. Yeah, it's still almost 300 tons of steel. I'd rather do the vanilla one. And this is even bigger. So we really only have the one that is going to be consumption of bitumen. Interesting. That's 300 tons. So this is 26 tons. So really the small refinery is the one that we're after. So what is that in terms of pollution? 7 tons only? So we could actually bring it quite a bit closer. We could bring it quite a bit closer. But I'm not sure that's going to, even be useful, because then instead of running a bus, we're running a pipeline, which is going to be enormous. So maybe that's not the case. So what we'll need to do is we definitely need to put a little bit of storage towards this. That's 11 tons for 1,500. Wow, these are enormous. Enormous. Some of these things. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive, some of these things. So I'm rather looking for something like maybe that or that. How much oil, how much does this thing actually do? Its consumption rate is 10 tons per day. So really I'm going to be able to do multiple of these buildings off of, say, something fairly small like that. Maybe that's a better number. 300, 250. Yeah, maybe. No. Let's just do this. Now, what we need to do, I want to get it into this kind of general area here. But I don't want it to be too far away from stuff, right? So we do need. Oh, actually, well, this one in the middle is kind of actually a good idea. So let's get, indicatively, let's say, we can flip it around even. Yeah. That's the one. Indicatively, let's do a little something like that. Yeah, actually, getting it a little closer is not the end of the world. We've got the path running through there. So doing a little something like that. I will leave a little bit of room for potentially a bus station, but even that's not going to be too important. So let's place one there as a bit of an indication. Then we will want to do a little something like this. So let's just find our way of doing this, and we'll try and do it like this. Actually, probably something like that is even better. Okay, so we'll do something like that. Okay, then we'll grab our. Let's just pause it and have a quick look what's going on. I don't want things to get out of hand here. Government loyalty is okay. Health is reasonable. My goodness, we're still struggling. Our money is dropping at such a rapid pace, and I'm worried. I'm legitimately worried. And we're really building almost nothing apart from this stuff. Dumpers, and let's get roads 2 in here as well. Okay, let's do that. What's going on over here? Let's have a quick look very quickly over here. What's happened over here? We've lost. What has happened? I'm sure we were over. Yeah, it's dropped. It's dropped, they've died. Yeah, look at that. This year, you can see it's went up and then it went down. Let's quickly see what's going on here. Okay, we need to drop that. I'm super concerned with some of this stuff. Is our population isn't dropping, is it? Just go back. Let's just have another look at the population as a whole this year. That number, no, it is all going up. It's not going down. Maybe stabilizing a little bit from time to time, but it is all going up. And our education level is looking way better. Most people don't have a job due to workplace now, so the unemployment is due to workplace. That's okay. Yeah, not enough tutors. Let's demolish all of those. Let's see what's going on over here. I mean, we're maxing this guy out, so because we're not getting everybody in, but at least we're trying to recover that a little bit. I'm fairly worried about what we're seeing over here now. So let's just get that loyalty down a little bit to try and get it more reasonably managed here. Let's really have a look at our exports. Steel again, which is good. I don't mind the steel. Last month, reasonable amount, but still a fairly low 4 tons of. Our steel production is going up pretty nicely, actually. But yeah, that's reasonable. But hopefully, our importing this month is quite low. Our only imports, which should really be this month, fabric, coal, fuel. Basic consumables, food, yeah, coal is the big one, but fabric is costing us a fair bit too. Yeah, we just need to make sure we're offsetting some of these numbers. We just need to make that sure about that. That's okay. I think we are reasonably covered. Now let's get the pipe network going. So liquid pipes. I'm gonna go and say do that. Get that in as straight as possible, I think, is the cheaper option. Now, we do need to just be cautious that we probably need to do a combined pumping station at some point. So let's forget about this one for the time being. If we go all the way back up to this, can we tie that in, or is that hill is causing an obstruction? Okay, well let's run it nice and tight over there. And now it is too long, so we do need to find some form of a pumping. Stop it there, and we'll do a pumping station over here somewhere. So a pumping station. Pipe pumping station 3 into 1. It's still 10,000 there. So presumably if we do a bit of a pumping station issue like this, so let's just flip it around, get that in place there, and we'll pause it for a second there. If we do this, can we get that to tie in? No. We can. Trim that back a little bit, redo that again. Game is a play. Do a little bit of a move like this. We'll get that one in place and we'll get this one. What is going on there? Just need to make sure we're getting you to the input. There we go. So So that's, I think that's a pretty reasonable initial setup. What is the 175 tons of steel for this pipe network? So a shorter and smoother pipe network is definitely what we're after. How are things going over here? Are we getting this assigned or not yet? Doesn't seem to be the case, but we do need to get these paths up and running. What's going on over here? Again with the with that. Okay, so let's get our roads in place here now. So we're not going to start off with that. We're going to start off with something like this. I won't connect it in. Can connect in, but I won't connect it in just yet. So we'll do something like that. We'll do that. Okay, this I think is just one big connection. So we'll do that. We'll run it like this, and we'll run it up there. Now, the issue with this location is we don't have a fire station that's going to cover this. So we will have to do a little something with regards to fire station stuff. Probably in this location again, we'll have to add a bus station and put a fire station in here. So that's something we'll plan out for a minute now. Where did we want to? Did we want to do it pretty central there? Yeah, let's just do that. So let's just grab a pretty central connection up there, and that should give us access to all of that. Pretty nice access to all of that. We do need to bring power in here. Let's I just want to put the bus station in first. Let's trim this one back there. I'm hoping it's going to get nice, work nicely. Bus stations. I want to do. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be too bad. Is that a trolley bus station? I'm actually not opposed. Let's I want to do that. Let's trim this back. Let's trim that back. Start with a bus station in mind. And how many people can we get to this bus station? 400 passengers. That's a reasonable amount there. So I'm going to do this. Right. Okay, we'll start our bus station over there. Then we'll get our path to go up this way. We'll do that. We do a proper T-junction there and we tie this in. Yeah, I like that. At the same time, this thing will start to trim back. Oh, it's okay. We will. And what we'll do is we'll do that as the bus station kind of loop. And then we need a fire station. So let's get our fire station here. Things are moving. Our population is dropping. We were over 1,500. I need to have a look at that now. Let's just get our fire station in, and then we'll move on from there. Emergency services fire station, probably a pretty small rural kind of facility is what I'm after. Volunteer fire station, that's actually 3 fire engines. This one, 10 tons, 5 tons, 14. These are smaller. Maybe this is the kind of stuff that we're after here. That's very little steel. Probably just the one in there. 2, 3. So maybe that's the one. This is a small one. I'm trying to reduce the steel that we're using. Fire station 6. Now I think that one might be the one for us. And what we'll do is we'll assign this one in there. This will take 2 fire engines, and this is going to be all good for this area. So if we do that. So there we go. So that's our fire station. We'll be able to connect all of these up with paths. No problem. Bus station in here. And that's going to be this location. And then at the same time, I also want to just make sure we put a few storage spots in place. Probably a completely separate access point there. Now, yeah, look, for the time being, we're definitely not going to need anything bigger than this. So let's get one here. And just now, how are we going to do this actually? So can I do this instead? Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to turn it at a little bit of an angle here. Alternatively, we could flip it around, do that, and we'll get one to access on this side. Yeah, so that's not bad. So we'll do that one. And we'll do this one. Okay, that looks okay. Just want to make it pretty functional, to be honest. Yeah, so I will be able to connect that up there, and we will still be able to, I'm sure, put a little path through there. We'll just keep an eye on how we do that. And then what I would have wanted to do is get a loading station. So this kind of thing. So this is a oil loading, unloading station. It's pretty pricey, to say the least, and maybe not something that we're going to make use of straight away. We also can't do multiple inns there. Actually, so maybe that's not the right thing to do. Let's cancel these things. Let's redo this in a better fashion here. So let's demolish that one. Open that, put that back. Let's try that one more time. If we do this... Oh, hang on. There's still a pipe in there. See, this is the problem with the snow. Drop that out. Try that one more time. The small one. Here we go. Well, I'll do the pipe manually to make sure we're not getting any funny business. There we go. Didn't want to start that one just yet, but yeah, that's okay. That seems reasonable. Now, a little path here. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do something like that. So there's a little bit of room for vehicles to be storing. And we will be tying that in somewhere over there. Yeah, we'll do something like that. So there we go. That's going to be our area. Let's switch off some of this line stuff. So that's going to be our initial oil setup over here. Still a small refinery. It's not going to do tons of stuff, but we will certainly expand on that. Now, let's quickly have a look before we end the episode. What, in fact, is the situation here with our deaths? Why are our deaths this high? Are we not getting... Is it cold? Let's quickly do a quick round of all the various things that could be killing our people. So certainly that number is quite low, much lower than I'm used to. These other ones are all kind of good. So what's the situation over here? Do we have an indication as to why health is so low in this location? If we look at health, pollution is probably some kind of impact over here. I do wonder if there's anything we can do to kind of fix that. So we will keep an eye on that. So 67 is much lower than I would have expected. And so maybe our pollution is now getting a little bit too extreme. But I do enjoy the fact that people can just walk there. So our clothing industry is actually doing some stuff. Look at that. 28,000 rubles worth of exports. And so we're spending much less money now due to our exports being as high. Now, let's move on. What's government loyalty at? 32, 33. Government loyalty. Why is this not, these buildings not been kitted out with stuff yet? What's my secret police actually up to? They should be able to come and do this. Why are they... Yeah. Why are they not driving out there? That's an interesting one. Alcohol... culture enjoyment is pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Sports enjoyment, pretty good too. Yeah. Religion sympathy is dropping quite a lot. Clothing quality should be good, reasonable, really. Happiness, not too bad actually. 70 over here is about the lowest one, and they were the people that were moved, and that I understand drops the loyalty a fair bit. What's happening with serious crimes? One serious crime over there, a few medium crimes. Wow, the shopping center over here, and then not patrolled. No, everything has been patrolled, so that's all good. Excellent. Now let's have a quick look at something like heating, which is probably where free flats, we still have free flats available pretty effectively in most locations. Let's see the interior heating. So the interior heating is fine, but what I can say is we're probably at the top end of what this guy can now accommodate. So let's have a look at this guy. Got the 5 workers, and it's probably working about as hard as it can to get everything heated. Potential capacity problems. Yeah, okay. So maybe one of the things we should be doing is getting a little bit of additional heating to run in, maybe in a location over here, so that we can split them off a little bit. Now, the heating pipes can be pretty pricey to build, so maybe even over here. So maybe that's something for us to look at in the next episode, so that this heating is a little better. So heating is starting to become a little bit of a problem. I believe this one is doing 180 cubic meters, and that one is 100. So we can do another small one over here that'll get something, but some of it is actually connecting directly up to this one. So, oh yeah. So I think we're all done. We are at capacity with regards to heating, I believe. So we just need to bear that in mind. We can't do, unless we build additional heating facilities, we can't expand any further, and that may be a cause of our deaths. So I want to be very cautious going forward as we play in the next episode. I just want to be very sure. Yeah, that was on par this year, so it's looking okay. I don't mind going on par some months, but really overall we do need to be growing our population. This is looking promising, and we have finished the advanced engineering. Let's have a quick look at what that advanced engineering would mean for us in terms of manufacture of some of these things. So this one, yeah, there's a fair bit of pollution coming from that, and it's going to be quite pricey to build. This one is going to be way better to build. A smaller mechanical factory. That's big. This one is going to be way better for us to build. If we build this one, we could even place it fairly close by, like over here, for instance. And we will have to bus people through there. Just have a quick look at people going to buses. Yeah, that's fine. So I think that's maybe something that we'll do in the next episode, is we'll have a look at, let's say, placing a mechanical components factory somewhere over here, maybe. And then getting like this, and then starting to get a little bit of an export going from that. So that's something that I'd be interested in doing. I'm seeing if we can't balance this out a little bit, but it is looking reasonable. It is looking reasonable. We just need to make sure people don't keep dying, and then we can maybe start looking at, once we get a little bit more profitable, hopefully from this setup over here, which will be quite costly for us to build. Yeah, we're still doing a fair bit of work over here, and over here as well. So yeah, there's a lot happening. There's now a lot happening, but yeah, hopefully that'll sort us out. In the next episode, I think I'm also going to start looking at naming this place. There's been a few suggestions, and if you still have a suggestion, please give it to me in the comments down below right now. And if you've enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I will see you next time. Bye bye.